open wide.
Ready?
Here comes your chunk of Trump.
It's my favorite food.
With your first bite, here's Mark Thompson.
I have a feeling it's going to be beautiful.
You may not believe it, but Donald Trump got a multi-million-dollar payout that has now become public knowledge because of a financial disclosure statement. Donald Trump went to do color commentary on a fight. That is right, a boxing match, a pay-per-view boxing match. 2.5 million is what he got. This is after he left the presidency, all right, when he's still out there being Donald Trump. It's a great deal to be Donald Trump. 2.5 million for calling a fight, to comment on a boxing match. The financial filing revealed that since stepping down as president, Trump has amassed roughly $1 billion in earnings.
What?
Including profits from foreign ventures, fees collected from speaking engagements, and income from a Florida golf course. He reported several hundred sources of income in the initial financial disclosure that he filed in April, but revised the filing, including newly disclosed details that had not been known before, like dollar amounts for all of these sources of income. And when you add it all up, it comes to $1.2 billion. So
there's never been anything like
it's
this.
Quite a significant, well, it's a significant amount of money.
Saudi Arabia pays cash.
The former president's most lucrative speaking engagement was the $2.5 million from Triller Legends 2 in Hollywood, Florida. He commented on a boxing fight between Evander Holyfield and Vitor Belfort.
Wow.
It was the 20th anniversary of the 9/11 terrorist attacks. Wow, you really got a twisted way of memorializing that. They confirmed their payment to Trump, did Triller Legends 2. The payment made to Trump for his commentary was consistent with the fees typically received by celebrity commentators. Really? $2.5 million? The biggest earnings, if you're curious what went into that $1 billion, $284 million from the sale of the Trump International Hotel in Washington, D.C. You know, that was the place where everybody went and got reservations so that they could curry favor with the administration. He got $159 million from his golf course and $199 million across 4 partnerships with Hudson Waterfront Associates. Those are the top earning revenue streams for Donald Trump. So the other thing I will mention in Chunk of Trump is that he has made nice with Megyn Kelly. She's buried the hatchet with Donald Trump. It was great to see him, she said. In fact, Tony, my liege. Tony, do you have the Megyn Kelly remarks? Could you share them with the audience, please? This is Megyn Kelly.
Now, one of the most interesting things I did was have a private audience with former President Donald Trump. When he came into the arena, we met just one-on-one. And, there were, his team was standing nearby. But
Sure.
He and I got a one-on-one together for the first time in years. And it was, frankly, great to see him. You know, all that nonsense between us is under the bridge. And he could not have been more magnanimous. You know, it's just, the thing about Trump is he commands the room. He walks in, and it's not just because he's a former president now, because I knew him before that. There's just something about him. It's like an aura that sort of takes over the room. There's only one person you can look at. I remember when he was doing Celebrity Apprentice, and Geraldo was on it, and John Rich was on it, and John Rich, I think it was, invited me to an event for Celebrity Apprentice. And you went there and same thing. Trump walks in, like the whole room turns. It's Donald Trump. Well, even more so now. He could not have been nicer or more generous, and had some interesting thoughts about the debates, whether he's going to attend. I wouldn't bet on it. I would not bet on him attending at least that first Fox News debate. If I had to put money on it, it's Trump, so he could change his mind. But that was my feeling in having talked to him, though I didn't commit one way or the other. And we had a great exchange. I thought it was interesting, as a journalist, as a woman, as a human who went through so much with Trump. We've had our ups and downs, it's fair to say. To me, there was a lesson in that kind moment between the two of us. And it was that even as a journalist, if you can take your own ego out of it, and I went through a lot as Trump attacked me for those 9 months. I've documented that in my book and elsewhere. But if you can take your ego out of it, and if you can be quick to sort of get past these confrontations and these negative experiences, you can open up such possibility for yourself. You can open up a field of wellness.
I got it.
Positivity.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. If you can be quick to get past it, first of all, you weren't quick to get past it. I mean, that debate where he humiliated you or tried to humiliate you publicly in front of an entire nation, that happened some time ago, and then you carried that and I don't know. I think she's been dining out on the rancor or the tension between Trump and herself for quite a while now. She left Fox, as you know. She went to NBC. She's literally been dining out on the NBC dime. She got a huge deal out of NBC, and now she has a popular podcast. But all I'd say is that this just appears to me, it's, and I would get maybe quickly your thought on it, Kim, because you're a woman, and I found his remarks particularly targeted toward women. But that you could take that kind of derision and humiliation and then somehow come out on the other side and go, you know what? All that silly nonsense, she literally treated it as though it was nothing. Yeah. It's what people do as they curry favor with Trump, because they see that he has still political gravitational force, and he has media gravitational force. So from her standpoint, it's important to get back on the good side with Donald Trump. And from his standpoint, it is important to get back to some kind of connection with Megyn Kelly, because she can help carry his water for the next election. Quickly, Kim, anything?
So, right, yeah, I'm reminded of that adage, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. Right? He has already shown the world and Megyn Kelly exactly who he is, what he thinks of women. It's hard to be angry for a long time. It hurts yourself more than anyone else, right? So to still be angry and carry anger, I can see her saying it. I've forgiven him. I want to move on. I want to move past it. That's fine. But I hope that she hasn't forgotten who he is, because he made that very clear. And every woman should understand exactly what he thinks of us. That's what I'll say about that.
Well, many who are doing business with Donald Trump, I'll just call it that, political business or other business, are aware of who he is.
Yeah. But
their relationship is transactional. I mean, you have the story about the Georgia Secretary of State.
Right.
I mean, he's the focus of the investigation. He talks about the fact that Trump literally asked him to overturn the election.
Right.
And then when asked, well, would you vote for him again? Well, if it's a choice between him and Joe Biden, yes, I would.
Yes.
Because it's a transactional relationship you have with that vote, with that guy. You want to get the power. And that's that's the saddest and scariest part of all of this.
And maybe I'm, Pollyanna, but in doing so, you give up your own personal honor and integrity by making these transactional agreements.
Yeah, I think that is overrated these days by a lot of people. Personal integrity, how quaint that you would value that.
Go back to Petaluma, sister.
Hi, it's Mark, and I thought that was great. Hit the notification bell. You'll know whenever there's a new video being dropped, and please subscribe to our channel to help us save the universe.